They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
must reign.
All right. Yes. Welcome, guys. Welcome to another session, another podcast, another live stream here on the Chaos Reign channel. I am Chaos Reign, and today we're going to enjoy this nice little roast here with commentary. Of course, you see the thumbnail, you see the title. But before I begin, I like to, share my social media for those that want to follow me. I like to, share. And it looks like everything's good on the StreamYard line, so no slowing or, which is a good sign. All right, so for those that will catch this, make sure you catch replay of this if you can. The links to follow me are in below. You can follow me on Twitter at ChaosRain7. You can add me as a friend on Facebook, Eric Ray on Facebook. You can also follow me on Rumble, CRain23 on Rumble. Please follow me on Rumble. The more followers, the better. I would like to do something different with Rumble. I need to grow the following first. There are some videos on the channel, so just follow it. Join my Discord service as well. And last but not least, and I mean not least, become a member of the Chaos Reign show. Membership guys perks, so please become a member. And as you guys watch the video and come in, give this video a like. If you want to give commentary or participate in the chat room, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel. Or you could hit super chat. Now, a number of super chats will go much further, especially if you have a certain question to me or the content, that will be more respectful. But over that, if you want to participate in the chat room, subscribe. And make sure you hit the top notification bell for all uploads and live streams. So I think my volume is good. I sound good on my end. No one's really complaining. All right. So let's begin with this. And let's enjoy this. Let's go. Peace.
All right. Jasmine, nice to meet you. Okay, so you say that women are more fulfilled at home with kids than going out into the workforce or getting educated, but that just really doesn't bear out when you look at the stats, when you look at how working mothers are way less likely to be in poverty. Maternal education is the #1 predictor of childhood outcomes, better scores.
But really, truly, it's more than working mothers won't be poverty. It's majority of women today, regardless you need 2 incomes or not, you must pair with a man. This country especially has conditioned and forced mostly women of all ethnic backgrounds, regardless of the numbers. Now, we could look at the numbers that there are still other races still willing to participate and pair with a man, be a wife, and even work with a man. But that varies through the racial aspects, depending on who race woman you're talking about with the certain man. But overall, how society is constructed here in America, because we only could talk for here. Outside America, the laws and rules run differently. You can get away being or not being dealing with a man in America and still be potentially fine. But are you fine in the long run as time progresses? From what we could look outside looking in, you will not be fine. And the reason why that is because now the society is moved into a technical stage, or we call it the tech age, where less people are required and more artificial intelligence and potentially cybernetics are coming to play. So let's listen on to Ms. Crimson Cure's commentary, which I'll probably give mine again. So let's go.
I get into what she talking about. Thank you for saying that. I don't believe in that either. Men are not simple. That is not simple. I say this. It's not easy. They are straightforward and very, very honest. The good ones are. But that simple thing, that's a misrepresentation of that.
I go a further. Men, as men generally, we keep what we do simple. But when we come to the relationship dynamics, it's a little bit more complicated as it seems. And it was going to get even more complicated because most women today, they don't really invest time or energy to know what a man wants. Hell, some don't even go as far as what do men really need. They might try to fulfill the attraction part, and not many women could do this. Very few women could fulfill the attraction part in regards to the man, especially if they don't got like that. But overall, they don't really put the time emphasis to really see the need of what men really want. So in regards to say it's simple, that depends on the man itself. Now, most men nowadays, they'll be honest, straightforward, no shader to someone what their intentions are. Some men keep it to themselves, and some men just could lie. At the end of the day, a lot of people think that men in society are that easy, cut, dry, open. You cut them, and you know what it is. But every man moves differently. And I think most women don't invest the time and energy to study man properly. But if you're a woman that is always a leash, a parasite, you want to suck and don't want to give anything in return, then you're going to have problems. A lot of problems. All right, let's continue.
Men have a complex set of needs. It's just different from women's needs, and they need it differently than women need it. They don't need the exact same things that women need in order to feel appreciated in a relationship, in order to feel like their needs have been met in a relationship properly. They have a different set of needs, and they need it to be manifest a bit differently than the way women need their needs to be met. But it's not always an easy thing. I think it's a oversimplification, and it relegates men down to one or two things that fulfill them, and I don't believe that. Men need emotional safety pretty much in the same way women need it. In order to men need to feel heard in their relationships. Men need to feel seen in their relationships. Men need to feel appreciated in their relationships. Men need to feel respected in their relationships and like their efforts mean something.
Said respect. Most women today don't respect any version of the man, rather below average or above average men, because in their mind, because how society was constructed by men, that they think is not unnecessary, not necessary at all. And there are repercussions of that thinking. And someone wrote in the comments, I'm reading your comment in a second. And for most men that subscribe to this channel, how often do you find, if you guys are dealing with a woman or in a relationship in general, that a woman that you come across that you're dealing with actually respects you? Because that's one thing. If we gotta talk about things besides needing and all stuff, that should be given, obviously. But the one thing that is very known that most men should always keep in mind, that there should be a thin line where the line has to drawn, is the respect aspect. And most women, modern, enduring, do not respect men of any caliber. It's the honest truth. Let me read this. The moment women, mothers, just talking about the U.S., were given sole control over the boys, that was the moment that they generally mold frame and of men was broken. There is no more one size fits all. Indeed, indeed. Let's continue. Phase.
And that they not just working in vain. Men need spiritual fulfillment that is outside of their families and outside of their wives. Men need activities that don't have anything to do with work and providing money and stuff like that. He needs all of those things. He needs all of those things. He may need them, like I said, in a different way. They may have to manifest a bit differently than the way women do. You know, we're going to talk about it and, you know, all that type of stuff. But men still need that. They need the mental stimulation, not just the sexual stimulation and physical stimulation, things like that. He needs his mental and emotional. Just because men don't make a big deal of talking about their feelings all the time and, you know, they want to connect, they don't express it like that. They just don't express it like women do. So I'm glad that you said that. Now we're going to backtrack her just a tad.
All right. Jasmine, nice to meet you. Okay, so you say that women are more fulfilled at home with kids than going out into the workforce or getting educated, but that just really doesn't bear out when you look at the stats, when you look at how working mothers are way less likely to be in poverty. Maternal education is the #1 predictor of childhood outcomes.
Fact check says maternal education does improve a child's cognitive development and can help with language and motor skills too. But I'm trying to figure out who said that mothers should not have an education. Who's saying that?
Let me read more. Another comment. And wait, let me make sure. Oh, I got you on. The inherent, what do you call it? Catholic and feudal nature of women have assured that you can't really pin men down in any one set of characteristics anymore. You can't. And you shouldn't. But a lot of women will try to do it. Let's keep playing.
Who's saying that? Who said that?
Oh, and one other thing, as I'm running this, will you guys don't mind give this video a like? I know I get people bouncing back and forth, right? What you see or you don't like the content. Give it either like or dislike. I prefer a like, but that's another story. But unless, you know, make it good for the algorithm, guys. Because they're going to see this. Various.
Mothers should not have formal education. If mothers are the first teachers of children, but she does not have any kind of formal education or life experience education or any type, what's she teaching kids? What's she teaching them? Teaching them what? From where? See, I've never discounted that. I've never sat here and said women shouldn't go to school. Women shouldn't have education. Women should not work. Women, listen, let me tell you something. All this stuff that they trying to say feminism did and all this kind of stuff, Muslims been new. Okay? Islam been gave women the rights to have wealth of their own that their husband do not give them, to have control over any inheritance that they may receive, if it's in the form of wealth or land or whatever it might be, to be able to dispose of that at her leisure. As long as it's not haram, she can do what she wants to. Her inheritance, her money does not automatically become her husband's money. If a woman inherits $1 million, that's not automatically her husband's $1 million. That's her $1 million. Same thing with the husband. If he inherit $1 million, he doesn't have to. That's does not become his wife's $1 million. That's his $1 million, his inheritance, to do with as he see fit. And again, as long as it's not haram, they can do it. Women can have their own businesses. Rasulullah's first wife, Khadija radiallahu anha, was a whole businesswoman. He worked for her.
And one thing I do want to say about the education portion of things, to keep honesty. In society, throughout human history, and I could probably go and do some little digging about the reading comprehension between men and women today. Women always, throughout this Western world, has always had to be what we like to call or label educated to a degree. To a degree, roughly. So the myth about most men want a dumb woman, no, they don't want no bitch. Let's keep real. They just don't want a bitch. They want a woman that is respectful. If she educates, she uses it to her full capability, to herself and to the mate that she has, and you guys make life. We get confused between, people throwing it in your face. See, when you start throwing credentials at each other's face, especially women, now there's an ego tripping. There's a lack of less respect, and that brings problems in anything, including relationship. And most men nowadays won't put with that crap. And there's too many women, from what I'm hearing from sermon, that a lot of women are pushing their little frivolous degrees in their face and have nothing to show for it, personally. So let's continue, guys. And I'm going to keep an eye on the chat room. Let's go.
The women during the time, the female Sahabas during the time of Rasulullah, the majority of them are all scholars. The male Sahabas used to come to Aisha radiallahu anha and ask her questions to clarify certain things, because she knew certain things about Rasulullah and rulings that he made. They used to come to her and ask her questions. Women can be scholars of Islam. Hafiz of Quran. It's not small. We've been able to go to work. We've been working and having kids and teaching our kids things, working for our husbands, learning this and that. And as long as that work is not haram, as long as that work don't contravene Islam, you can do it. So Allah say feminism didn't do nothing. Allah say these are the rights that women can have. Allah gave women them rights. Not men, not their husbands. We can go and get knowledge. So nothing in Deen tell us that we got to be stupid and we got to be broke. And the Most High has never demeaned the position that he gave women. He's always made that position lofty. It is feminism and these people that made being a woman, a wife, a mother, be this low thing that don't have no value and all of this other kind of stuff. The Most High has always made it a lofty thing. The Most High has always made the position of that women fulfill, wife, mother, you know what I'm saying, things of that, even if she don't birth no children. And they want to say, oh, well, feminism lets you work. Women was working before feminism is what they failed to tell you. They try to put this fantasy out that women just have.
And you see right there, that's the thing that I'm not sure why a lot of women miss that. A whole lot of women miss that you just now start working after feminism. But it goes to show that the educational system that these women get caught up on, right, condition them to think that, you know, they could be as close or even made above a man. They are also go as far as that, you know, that a man doesn't serve them is irrelevant. It's a mindset that is created in time. Institutions, in my opinion, as it stands, can be detrimental and dangerous to the human psyche in the present day as we live today. Because people got to understand, education, if we want to use the word education is only designed for the ruling, not for the weak. If someone has to educate you, you are being, in reverse, miseducated. And Ms. Wilson had broken down this about the education and miseducation. Some old writers like Carl G. Woodson said about the miseducated Negro. And besides, we talk about our side as people. We gotta look at as in context that if you're in any institution that you have not learned from your own merit, going back to basics, either you're self-taught or even go as far as find a mentor that you could trust. You go into any institution today as it stands, or for the last 30, 40, or even 40 or more years, you're getting miseducated. And you're getting miseducated in the worst fashion. And think about this, guys. Not that education is going to be reformed where they're going to leave it to the states. Don't be so confident or so comfortable that we're going to go back to square one where everybody's going to get at least a real sense of education. You are being misled. Remember, it's only been the last 46 years since 1979 when, after Carter or during Carter administration, where they had to reform education. And if you look at now, we're not really at a level as Americans to compete at a high level because we're not properly educated to be the innovators that the world needs. Let that sink in. Let's keep going. Very serious.
Had no recourse for any kind of work. That's a lie. That is a lie. Women were not as prolific in the workforce in decades past than they are now, but women have always worked. So there was never that is a false thing that women had to choose that. That's always been both on the table. This is why I say women, quote unquote, can have it all. All of that stuff has been on the table for women at the same time. My baby said God made women to be able to do pretty much what men can do. If she couldn't do what men could do in some capacity, she wouldn't be able to support her man in what he does or even understand what men do. Exactly. This is why I always make the analogy of the captain and the co-captain. The captain and the first officer in the plane. The first officer went to flight school. They know what them dials mean. He just not in a position of authority in that cockpit. But let something happen to that captain, And you best believe that first officer know how to fly that plane. Or at least they know how to call for help.
I see some comments. Let's take a look. Black women definitely work before second and first wave feminism. Let me check this one. Okay. I'm a Gen Xer, born in 1970. My grandparents and both sides born in 1920 and 1930. Most of the women in the generation work. All right. Grandparents born in 1920. Okay, so your grandparents, if they were still alive today, they would be approaching close to 90 to maybe 100 years old at the time. And yes, they worked, which a lot of women knew that. Next comment. Far too many women get carried away by what they call subtleties, narratives, and nemesis when they should actually look at the reality in front of them. No, they're blinded. If it don't serve them, they don't look at it. They don't pay attention to it. And there's memes, yeah. Android autocorrect, yeah. That's fine. All right, let's keep going.
So if we're designed to help the men and support the men to do what the men got to do, that the women have to have some form of understanding about that stuff. This is why a husband can teach his wife business. This is what I'm doing with this business. This is how I'm working it. This is how I'm breaking it down. Da, 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 da. This is why he can teach her that. And eventually she go handle the boardroom. She go handle the payroll. She can eventually that happens. Because she may not be able to do it to the capacity that he does it, but she can do it to some degree. When me and my husband go to the gym, he can squat way heavier than I can. It's not even a comparison. It's not even a question. But can I squat weight? Yeah. Am I going to squat the weight he going to squat? No. But the point is, I can do it to some capacity. I just can't do it to his capacity. That's called the supporting role. The supporting role. I got to be able to support. So then I got to be able to understand it to some degree, what he's doing, so that I can support it.
I hope you guys could listen to the thing good. Make sure you like the stream, share the stream, participate in the chat room. As you know, to participate, super chat or subscribe to the channel. Either or, it is your choice, nonetheless. And I'm looking at some things right now. Check. Before I continue. All right. I don't think I missed anything. All right, let's go.
Better scores, getting higher incomes in the future, fewer behavioral problems, better mental health. So it's weird to me and college educated women are least likely to get divorced. And they're the only women, the top 10% of women are the only women whose marriage rates are going up. So they're getting married, they're staying married, and their kids are doing better. When you look at stay-at-home mothers, you see that they're more likely to report being depressed. They're more likely to report having anxiety and anger and all these types of things. So how can you say that? Seems like a woman, if you want to get married and have kids, you should go to college and have a career.
So it sounds to me like we are looking at totally different statistics, because everything that you said, I've actually read the exact opposite.
I'm glad we're on a fact check show with you.
Right, exactly.
Oh, it's so exciting.
That's going to be amazing. Okay, because I know, like I said, I think what we're talking about is that there was this widespread report on female happiness, and I know that it was formally debunked, and it was.
That's not what I'm talking about. Pew Research,
Right.
University of
Okay.
California. In fact, working mothers today spend more time with their children than women did in the 1960s that were at home.
Okay, well, women that are at home are obviously spending more time with their children than the people who are at work.
And their
today.
children are not faring off any better,
Okay.
and they're faring off worse.
How are you measuring their children faring off worse?
How likely they are to higher incomes, better scores, fewer health problems, fewer behavioral issues, and better mental.
So,
And I'm trying to figure out where she getting them stats from, because the fact check didn't even pop up.
And they're not gonna pop up. And the reason why it's not popping up, because this is my thing. And you know what's funny? The Saint and the Sinner had conversation between that chick that you see on the thumbnail and another, I guess, Muslim chick, a Sunni Muslim. And the Saint kind of demolished these two chicks. And I find ironic, she's always circling around here in certain sectors, in certain space, talking about feminism, this, that, women's, I guess, rights, and talking about, you know, everyone makes more money, better chance, all stuff. She's giving off single mother vibes, people. And unfortunately, she's not even much. She don't got no goddamn kids. Oh my goodness. Oh Jesus. And here's a funny thing about it. I'm gonna let her continue. I'm gonna let her cook, because I'm not going into it yet. You're gonna hear my comments. Let's go.
How a woman spending her time at work is spending more time with her kids than a woman that is a stay-at-home mom. That just mathematically.
Oh, actually, to be honest with you, Will, I thought that was the case, but when I looked it up carefully, it actually is the reverse. Some women that are quote unquote educated, wherever that means, do have a higher chance to stay in the marriage. But here's the ticker. Willard. You know what it said that is actually the point that actually that's factual is when she is a little bit older. Cause remember, the average woman today that getting married now or having a kid first time is 28 point some percent. I mean 28.5, I think percent. No, sorry, 20.5 age-wise. Now there's some women now that's non-black do get married before that age, but as women go through these so-called school systems, right? They get the so-called degrees. And maybe they don't get married right during college or after college, allegedly. The older she is, the more likely she might stay in it. And the reason why that is because right? It's because she already been on the carousel too long. If you know what I mean. And people don't know what I mean by the carousel. I'll show you better than what I'm saying. Hold on. You're gonna see this. Wait. She be on the carousel. Yeah, she's on the carousel, the car carousel. And, you know, a lot of women in college, they get on a lot of carousels. They riding that till the wheels fall off. They're having a lot of more intercourse. And once they gone through their sexcapades, they'll get ready to settle down and find a simp. And not only any simp, a beta male. Yeah. And you know, for those that want to marry older women, that's fine. But let's be honest. Unless you got them before they gone to college, you're just rolling the dice, my dudes. Today. Once they step into the institution of what we call college, you take a risk. On the average. Unless she's been raised properly by her parents. Mostly the father's involved, and then the mother does what she has to, you know. And we don't see it nowadays. So, and I know you avoid college women with the quickness. I know that. I see that. Oh yeah, you avoid it. All right, let's keep going. And Red Rose, love that. Yeah, he like that. Anyhow, let's go.
That doesn't sound. And the statistics about children not faring very well, the statistic that I have read about children not faring very well are typically about single mothers.
Yep.
Versus women who are married and children that grow up in two-parent households. Usually, children who are born to single mothers don't fare as well. They typically have more behavioral issues, have a tendency to have lower income, lower education, and at higher risks for risky activities, going to jail, getting in trouble, having issues with authority, things of that nature. So I've always heard that outcome be more attached to women who work, but there's only one parent and the children, they don't have a father. Or am I mistaken? And usually children that are in two-parent homes, whether the woman works or not, fare better, generally speaking, than children from single mother homes.
And and that's the funny thing. And this is the funny thing that Candace did not ask this so-called Sudi Muslim bitch the question. Say, okay, so my question to ask you, do these kids fare well with an educated mom that is a single mother by choice, or is she a married woman? But you see, Candace did not ask these stupid chicks these questions. She goes out, listens to their points, rebuttals, hear them out, and they go back and forth disrespectfully, of course. And let's be honest. I'm going to be fair and be real with y'all. I'm not really too fond of Candace Owen, in my personal opinion. I mean, I look at most people that swirl out, don't get respect, personally, but that's another story. But, because she is married and she is still having the conversation with a lot of people about family values and stuff, she is a married woman by a man, and she's playing her role properly. The problem what she lack in is she's lacking in dealing with these type of hooligans, these weirdo women and weirdo men that was on the panel with her having a conversation about feminism, like literally about why it's such a good idea, why it's so good, why in regards women should have this, they need this, and they cannot rebuttal the real logic of why you think the way you do. Why do you say this? Why does this make sense to you? You need to ask these people the real question. That's where you get them. Most time when you hear them talk and you go for the fact check, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Really. It's like what? There. So that's what we gotta look at. Let's continue first.
So now she's trying to make the comparison between children of the women that stay at home versus children of the wives that go to work.
Will, I think I don't watch most of her debates, but if you're saying that what she's doing when she's around women and what Willie R writes, she keeps holding back when it comes to debating women. I noticed that point a lot. Yeah, if she really is doing that, that's very much question on her end. She should not be doing that. She should be straight up, no chaser, direct with these stupid people. Because think about it. Your time is valuable, Candace. You should not be entertaining talking points. You should be hitting there and asking them direct questions, hit them why you think like this, that I'm proving. And if they go back and forth with you, let's say, all right, enough of that. Next. Because you don't have time to go back with idiots that don't even really look into their own logic. Hell, they're like parrots right now with the same talking points. I watched the debate. I ain't watched all of it, and today I'm probably gonna watch the rest of it because I covered this on my channel. It's like listen to a parent with the same talking points about this, that you're this, you're that. But when we look at the data, we look at the environment, we look at people in general on the outcomes. You're living a lie. And that's untrue. Please, guys, hit the like button, share this channel, support this channel, give this channel a like. I know you guys watch it back and forth. You want to like this. I don't give a fuck. Like the stream. Let's go, man. Because this has to be discussed. This has to be discussed. The title and the topic, you're going to see her roast. This is a black Muslim versus a white Muslim. As much as I don't want to put race in it, we got to put in it. Because if Kendra was on, if Chris Kid was on that panel with the same Sunni Muslim chick, this same chick, there will be a different outcomes. Real talk. Let's go. Fairies.
But where's the research for that?
Oh, the just to get back to the claim that I'm making here is that it is obvious that women who have children are going to be more fulfilled.
How is
right?
that obvious? Because you said so?
No, it's not obvious because I said so. It's because when you look at all the statistics in terms of women who are choosing not to have families, they are, as the person who just sat here before you mentioned, they are suffering from more depression. They're suffering from more anxiety. And
that's not true.
Okay, it is true. It is actually true.
Now you see, this is a woman right here. This woman right here. She's not in the business of having children anytime soon. And the reason why it is, as you can tell from the thumbnail, she's an OF chick. Not no model. She's an OF chick. She's in the business of selling her box, her pussy. If you type her up, you see her all over the internet, busted wide open for a... Yo, and you want to have a debate with me? Check, you sell your box. You sat behind a paywall for some lonely simps. And this is why I'm saying this. Hold on. Gentlemen, if you're paying a woman in the West, we can't talk about outside America, but just generally, we live in America. For those we're Americans, right? All right. Right? Okay. To all the gentlemen that will never catch this broadcast personally, why the fuck are you paying a bitch a subscription a month to go see her spread it wide eagle with a toy in her hand and a rose in her hand, putting it all up in her granny? Can you answer that question for me, please? I mean, this is a question, and I find that the men that's married doing this more than anybody else. I did a show on this. I have an upload on this that covers this with the help of MIM. Why is you gentlemen giving these ladies your precious commodity besides your resource, your time, to go and pay a subscription to see them play with the same toy that they don't wash? Most time when they put it up on them and they go, they put it down, and then the next day they get up again, turn on their computer, right? Log on, and they do it again with the same toy that they don't wipe and clean properly. And you know what? Let me tell you something. Do you know you catch a lot of infections, a lot of disease when you do that? No, it's yourself, but still. Plastic today, it's not good for the human body. Hell, we drink water from plastic bottles. They said it's not good for us. Now you're playing with toys that's made of plastic. Plastic, for God's sake. And you just put it up in your granny and go, and you just shake it with the convulsions like you're in like the Exorcist. Jesus Christ. And you pay monthly. Even a scripture of as low as $4.99 a monthly or weekly, depending on the sales. You're insane. You're insane. Then we got free access to adult movies on the internet last time I checked. really got money right now for that? You don't have to spend no money. You just type in the and trust me, her answers all over the internet for free. Yes. And let me tell you something. I had to when I found out about these certain individuals and know they got this, I had to do my little small research, digging up to go find, are they really on the internet busting wide open for a, and lo and behold, yes, they are. And they have the audacity to have a sit down with a conversation about family values, about mothers do better when they work. What work you talking about, bitch? We talking people that work a 9 to 5, that work a profession, an actual profession that is respected community. You busted wide open is not a profession. You are out here, just out here sitting behind what do you call it? One of them digital cameras. Most likely you could pay for them as low as $100, because they're cheap now. Mind you, they're very cheap, very cheap. And all you do is set up the camera. Matter of fact, now that you don't set the camera, you use your cell phone now. You get a desk stand for your phone, right? You put it right there, and then you hit live. You lay behind a desk or a bed or your sofa, wherever you want to call it, and you pull down your drawers and you open up, bust it wide open, and play with the same toy that you don't wash properly, that will cause infection and will hurt you more, because plastic is not good for the body, mind you. And then you find simps there will sit there watch for hours. Hell, even someone will sit there text you. They tell you, don't conversate with me. Go on my own F. I'll hit you up. This is the definition of a biggest simp ever. And if you're a married man or you're a single man, I'm telling you this right now, and I'm going to say this once and only once. Stop it right now. Stop paying these chicks OnlyFans. The only thing you have done, you have emboldened them. You have increased their ego. As much time I don't want to deal with or work or deal with no man, because a man's paying me one way regardless. That is it. And because that, now they can come in front of other big women, adult women that could be a few years older than them, have the conversation about values, family values. What? And talking about that women that have careers have better chance raising children. Most of them are not raising their children. Hell, most of them not reading to their children. They're single baby. They're single mothers. Let's stop. Cut the crap, man. Let's go, man. Very serious. I'm gonna keep playing. with this, man.
That women who are
The fact check says recent data on this topic is scarce, but the CDC data shows that from 2015 to 2018, women were more than twice as likely to take antidepressants than men, and antidepressant use was more common among those with college degrees. They trying to fight it.
choosing their careers over starting families are finding themselves leaning more onto medicines like Xanax, anxiety-inducing medicines, and depression, because they suspended that time frame where women really should be looking to find a partner and to start a family, because they were instead pursuing their careers.
And why are
there
they
has
better
been
off?
it is a dishonest, it's totally a dishonest narrative that men and women want the same things out of life. We don't. We absolutely do not want the same things out of life. In fact, we don't even measure success the same. Men and women don't even measure success the same.
So,
okay?
but tell me how the women who are working and getting educated, why are they faring off better in all of these?
I am telling you that I do not believe they are faring off better in all of these measures.
Because of what?
I am telling you that we are looking at.
What's good, Mr. O? How you doing? Hey, you guys want to come up and really want to chop this up? Let me know in the chat room if you want me to drop the call line. Let me know. It's y'all choice. Y'all don't have to. I can just continue with the show. Let's go.
totally opposite statistics. Like, so you're sitting here telling me that the statistics show that women who are working are producing better children. But I'm saying that women that grow up in a two-family home where the mother stays at home are faring off better than the children who are being raised in an environment
where the women are
working, where both of the parents are
why don't
working
you
away
stay
from
home?
the home. I do get to work from home.
No. But
that's the irony.
I've watched your show. You talk about all the nannies you hire, and it's so hard to find a good nanny.
I talked about all of the nannies I hired, but I spoke about how difficult it was.
This is where Candace starts losing it. And I'm not gonna be so harsh on Candace because it's hard to say what you gotta say on the spot. It's easier to do it when you can think about what you want to say and how you want to say it, rather than being confronted on the spot. This lady wants to make the argument about Candace and Candace's personal life, which is not the topic. So really what Candace should have done, at the risk of seeming like she don't want to talk about it, she should have brought it right back. I'm not the subject matter.
But you see, it goes to show that how well is Candace really prepared to have the conversation with these hooligans, these so-called loose women, these weirdo males, these actually some of the men that are on here, some of them, let's be honest, are feminine. That's why you don't see no black men on that panel that day when Candace was having the debate with these weirdos. But let's be fair, honest, right? Women like this that Candace was debating, she is not an infant of respectfulness. Because she did go there and made it personal. But the problem is Candace did not know you're having a debate with a OF chick that busted wide open on the internet. And she has the audacity to talk about family. Oh God. Oh, this some bullshit. Oh man, I don't know, man. Yeah. Let me read the comment. Kansha just said that she is an outer and an exception. An outer is an exception to the rules. Yeah, she should. I mean, to the rules, yeah. I follow what you said. Yeah, she gone there and made it personal. I know you misspell it, but I get you. I understand you. If you want to write it, type it again, that'd be good. All right, let's go.
My premise is not do what I do. My premise is no career will give women as much joy and fulfillment as raising children. That's the premise, not me. This is where it went wrong. Okay. Candace got frustrated with her and she ended up taking that lady's bait to bait her into now trying to defend her personal life and her personal choices. Because the thing about it is the lady is having a disingenuous conversation with Candace based on a straw man's argument. Her argument is saying, well, if working moms kids don't fare off as well as stay-at-home mom kids, why you don't stay at home? But Candace do stay at home. How you think she popping up with all them babies? Candace does stay at home. That's why she said it earlier. I get to do something that is not common. I choose when I want to walk upstairs, downstairs, basement, wherever her office is in her home, and film her videos and come out. But I've been with my kids all morning. I done talked to them, I done homeschooled, I done made sure their homework is done, I done fed them something. Now they sitting down. Now I got time to go make my videos and make my appointments. And we don't know, Candace probably got a team of people that helps her. Once you get to a certain level, Candace has millions of subscribers. She makes a lot of money. She writes books, and she's not doing all of that by herself. She has people that she hire, personal assistants and things of that nature, to help her organize all of that. That does free her up to be with her children. So she's not leaving out early in the morning, dropping her kids off at a daycare, spending 10, 12, 14 hours gone, and coming back, and her kids don't know who she is. And she's so tired from her day that she don't have time to be emotionally available for her children, and her children miss out by not getting a mother that's fully present with them. So Candace is present with her children. Just because she able to go somewhere and she need a babysitter to go, y'all chicken heads need a babysitter to go. You needed you would have needed the white girl right there. I don't think got no kids, but if you had kids, you would have needed a babysitter to go to get them lip fillers that you got that look crazy on your face. I just want y'all to see. I just want y'all to see this chick lips.
Was to find a baby.
Look at her lips.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, she about to go in now. She about to go in. Oh yeah. But hey, but what do you expect? Most European Sunni Muslims, like this lady here, and it would make sense that she'll need her body done some way. Maybe the lip fillers will help greatly. They said she's short, but she has the type that you can have fun with it, gentlemen. You could put your finger in it, make her be a throat goat. You could blow her back out a little bit. She'll take it in all areas, unfortunately. But that comes with the territory when you're in the adult realm. Roughly the adult business of OnlyFans. As you can see her busted wide open with grace. Have the audacity to argue with Candace. It's just sad. Very sad, but that's who you have to be confronting on a daily basis. Let's go.
Y'all chicken heads be needing a babysitter when y'all be going to get them BBLs. So don't try to tell me that a stay-at-home mom would never need a nanny or would never need a babysitter. Y'all complain about not having help in the house with 1 or 2 kids. Candace got 3 pregnant with her 4th one. Y'all wish y'all was able to have somebody to come do the work that y'all don't want to do, that y'all get on the internet to complain. Men don't help us at 50-50 with the housework. You're like, for real? This is an OnlyFans chick. Are you kidding me? Now, Candace would be wrong to tell her, girl, me and you ain't on the same level. You do OnlyFans. Goodbye.
But you see, Candace does not know who she's dealing with when she has these conversations with weirdos on the panel that come and have the conversation about feminism and family values. These are the last type of people that talk about family values. Hell, I know one chick right now. She just created a goddamn OnlyFans. She has like almost 10 kids. Oh my God. You can't make this. Wait. Hold on. I got something better. My apologies, guys. What the hell I'm doing? Kevin, say it for me.
God damn it. You can't make this shit up. God damn it. You can't make this shit up.
I mean, come on, man. Come on. I know one woman, and she's just in her 30s, mind you, gentlemen. She was in a relationship. I think she was married to a man. This is a black woman now. She just now started creating OnlyFans. And last time I checked, she said she was making good money. So why the fuck are you on OnlyFans? Because they want and need the validation, the attention. And not only that, she puts a high subscription just to start off the OnlyFans. She ain't gonna go well. I'm just telling you, it's not gonna go well. Let you know right now, it's not gonna go well, guys. But it tells you women need men's guidance when you do this type of dumb stuff. Real talk. And I heard the man that created OnlyFans might soon sell OnlyFans and do something else. I mean, real talk. Real talk. William, if you post that, it will not show up in the chat room. So I'm letting you know right now, I can't read if it didn't post in the chat room here. If you post anything like that and I don't see it, most likely it's better to put in a super chat. Because right now I'm looking at my end, it did not show up on my phone. So that means Google's watching that, what you just said. All right, let's go. Fair use, fair use.
She'll be wrong, tell her that. So Candace lost.
Oh yes, it did, and to prove it, that popped up because when I'm looking at my device on StreamYards, it does not. It'll show it here, but it will not show it here, and that's why I always cautious. If you guys want to make a certain point, that if I don't see it, most likely that means I cannot post it up on it unless it was like in the super chat. And the reason why I'm saying is because normally if it's not paid and it's something that Google does not respect or will not deem to be for the public to see, it will put to the side. But if you force it with super chat, Google has to respect it roughly. Now that means you could do it on a super chat, but I'm letting you know right now, if you post something that I cannot see on the phone, come look at two devices, I should not post it on my channel for everybody to see. Just let you know. So anytime if you don't see some place I don't read a coin, 9 10 times that means I should not be reading because it's not on the other device. So just give you guys background. So I'm not saying you guys should not say what you want on the chat room. Just be known, anything you post on here, and I don't really put on the average depending on the chat room, 9 10 I should not post it for people to see because 9 10 Google does not want that to be seen in the chat room publicly. So let's go. Various.
This round, in my opinion, not because the lady was correct, but because Candace took the bait of talking about her personal life and then trying to defend her decisions. Don't never explain yourself to a hyena. Don't explain yourself to no hyena. Okay? Mrs. Owens, Miss Candace, I'm talking to you, Bookie Bear. And you've done way more of this than I ever have. Right? And we all have a good day. Sometimes we have a bad day. I'm not coming down on you. But, and it may be hard to do in the moment. Don't ever explain yourself to no hyena. Don't explain your life choices to a hyena. They don't know nothing about nothing. They don't know nothing about nothing. She's sitting here busting it open on the OnlyFans. Girl, what? And I gotta explain my choices to you. Explain them choices to me. Because once you get to explaining yourself and trying to defend yourself and explain your position to a hyena, that's when they get to trying to overtalk you. Then they trying to poke holes in everything you say. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Oh, so you mean tell me you do this and do that? You know what I'm saying? And they try to get you off your square. They're to get you off the topic, try to get you deflect so you don't say nothing to them about what they doing, the foolishness that they get up to. And you try to put you on the spot about your life. What? Boop. We talking about something else. Now, since we gonna get personal, we gonna talk about your OF account or no? Because if I can't talk about your OF account, you can't talk about what kind of time I spend with my kids. Boop. Let's get back to the topic.
All right, and before I continue, you know I have to do this. You know how it is, gentlemen and ladies. You know, we always gotta respect the people that like to contribute to the channel. There you go.
Let they be knocking, y'all. The sonic rings up out of it, and you.
And as Will I Am, or Will R writes for the $10 super chat, I appreciate my good friend. He writes, reposts, ADOS black men are the most accommodating when it comes to childcare. Unfortunately, we are paired with the most insanely feminist-minded women on earth. And you know the funny thing about that, Will R, Google did not want that to post for everybody to read in the chat room. For reason be, I think maybe because you put the hashtag, I think maybe that's the reason. I could be wrong. But nonetheless, I do respect your contribution to the channel. Thank you for the support, my brother. I truly appreciate it. I truly do. And for those that's watching, please, guys, like the stream and subscribe to the channel. And, you know, support if you can. I mean, don't let Will R be the last person to support. I mean, there are many more things to break down in this video. This video is not really long, but let y'all know. To just let y'all know. And let me see what else. Okay, and this they allowed this. I'll read this. Crazy that I used to curse words in posts. I really show. Yeah, I mean, the funny thing with cursing, we could curse, but we had to keep it to a minimum because it's not for anybody else to watch this. But we gotta be honest. We gotta carry ourselves a little bit more better in regards to language. Not everything deserves to be cursed every time. As you know, I don't curse much as I normally should. I'm much more restrained in my words for good reason. But nonetheless, there is a time, place for everything, if you follow me. So let's continue on with this video. Fair use. Fair use.
Babysitter who knew how to cook a meal, and that's because
you don't need a babysitter. You're already you could retire right now.
Let people respond to you when they're speaking.
You don't want to
respond to you when
no,
I
you
speak.
don't want to. You want to be working, which is great.
You're telling me what I want now, and then accusing me of telling you.
Wait, are you? You don't want to work?
Can you just let me finish? Because you've said so many words that you just what you're trying to do here, like your argument style, is I'm going to say so much and not let her get a word in, and then walk away and feel like I've won. We're not having a conversation because you've not letting me respond to one of your points. Okay. What I am saying to you, first to answer what you just said, which was a lie, what I spoke to you about on the weekends is that it's been increasingly difficult to find a 25-year-old who even knows how to make boxed macaroni and cheese, right? And that's crazy. That is in large.
I go in further. It's rare to find anybody know how to boil an egg. Yeah. A lot of women, and we could say some men do it too, but let's say most women, if they want, they're modern today, don't really cook much. They like to go out and eat. Maybe DoorDash, because it's more convenient. Humans today have become very much lazy. And West women today have become even more lazy. You can find some that might cook properly, but you're going to have to search and you have to be there to see how they prepare their meals. Because nowadays, when people tell me I say cook a food, usually people take some that's in a plastic form or in a box form. They throw it in water, they boil it, they throw season that comes with the pack, and they think that's food. No, that is processed food. You'll get sick, baby. Your children will get fat if you're not careful. So I don't consider that food. Yeah, I don't consider it at all. All right, let me keep going.
Part due to feminism, women don't even focus. Women don't even focus. Like there's this idea that women shouldn't be cooking. Like there's something fundamentally wrong with women even learning how to cook.
Are you
know what I mean?
As much?
And you see the ladies in the background line? I'm laughing. You see that shit? Do you see that? That tells you all them feminists, some of them that are weirdo as hell, some of them are even go as far as eating each other out. Don't agree with what Candace is saying. or agree with the so-called OnlyFans chick on the right is saying. I tell you, it's a disgrace, in my opinion. It's a disgrace, a big disgrace, personally. And I'm gonna read more. Let's see. Let me look at it. Let me look back and forth. Okay. All right. So some look at it is okay to write and post. Let's look at this. Crazy I used to curse words and post. I really show who is truly the most protected. Okay. Next comment. I try not to curse. Okay. Chat. Okay. Saying the post or post. Okay. All right. That's good. And he writes, which shows who is the most protected in the U.S. and it is definitely not black men. Nope, we're not. And you're never gonna see that happen. All right, let's keep going. Very serious.
Much time with your children as you possibly can, because that's the way to get the most fulfillment.
Yeah, I'm spending as much time with my children as I possibly can. I'm spending as much time with my kids as you spending it busting it open in that camera for them 20 people that watch you a month. We done. If we finish this, we done. They wouldn't have liked me. I spend as much time with my kids as you spend sucking on them dildos that you suck on OF with as a webcam girl. And that's why. Is that why you got your lip fillers? Do they look good wrapped around a dildo?
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh my god! I don't need to say it. She just said it for me. Remember, these ladies that be on OF, this is how they make their milk and bread. And the average, they don't make a lot of money. Some of them not even make it. Most of them women that are OnlyFans generally, right, are making mid-wage money monthly. They're better off just working a 9 to 5 and make more than that. There's very few exceptional women that will make over 6 to 7 to 8 figures doing that crap. And they're like less than 1% of the population. And most women you know that's making that money are mostly in Europe. There are some women in America that might make it, that might be fall on that percentage, but it's very small. Not every woman that has an OF account is making a whole lot of money. Whole lot of money. So a lot of people don't really understand that is a myth. Women that have an OnlyFans account are not making money. And the money they do make, if we want to go there, they're making off simps and married men. Any man that has some going, or let's say don't have success out here in the dating market in America, generally, right? The last thing a man's gonna do is gonna pay some chick just to talk to or see her play with some toys shoved in her box and push in the back of her throat. That's the last thing a man's gonna do, a young man especially. Generally, that's how it goes. But anyway, let's keep going. I want to finish so I can open this up. Very serious.
Oh no, was that too vulgar? Was it too crude? Was it crude? Not politically correct? Can we get back to the topic, or we gonna keep talking about people's personal choices and their personal life and what they do? So Candace just got caught up in what all of us have gotten caught up in a exchange, and later on it's like, man, I should have said that. That this is what's happening with Candace right now. This is why I'm not coming down on her. I'm not coming down on her. It happened to the best of us. You know what I'm saying? It happened to the best of us. She'd have been mad at me. That whole room would have been mad at me. I spend as much time with my kids as you spend in the doctor's office getting Botox that you may or may not need. Is that enough time? Do you think that's a sufficient amount of time? Oh, no. Oh, I overstepped. Oh, okay. We want to get back to the topic. Because the topic is not me. And if the topic gonna be me, it's gonna be you.
No, and that's what I'm trying to say. I am speaking to you
So
as
then stop.
Okay, could you please let somebody get in?
I did.
Word
I let you
edgewise? You're
finish.
not.
Because who they be talking to? Are you spending enough as much time with your children? She was like, no, actually, no. But then stop. Who you talking to? Who you talking to? Pop the balloon lip. Who you talking to? Who? Who you yelling at across the table? You stop. I got smart with it right back. Baby, I ain't stopping making this 8 figures. I'm not stopping making these 7 figures. I'm getting to that money. So my kids can have the life that I want them to have when I'm gone. I'm going to teach them how to run a business. I'm going to teach them how to invest. I'm going to teach them financial literacy. I'm going to give my children a leg up. I'm busy getting to this money with the help of my husband.
That's right.
And I'll stop when the good Lord tell me to stop. You don't tell me to stop. My husband told me to get to this money on. I'm doing my husband's say. I'm submitted to my husband. I am traditional. Now. Ooh. We want to get back to the topic or not?
You actually have not let anybody finish. And like I said, it's no one benefits when you're just speaking over me and not allowing me to respond. All you're proving is that you have an attitude and you believe in feminism, but you're not. See, that's what I'm saying. You just have an attitude, and it's not
trying
cute.
To.
It's performative.
I'm actually my point. I will be quiet if you address my point.
Does anybody actually feel here that I am being allowed to address any of her points when she just keeps running over me? Like I'm literally trying to answer your first point of you saying that I don't stay at home. Yeah, fair point. Really weird. Yeah, fair point. Obviously, I get that you're all anti-Candace and pro-feminist, but also it's not productive if you're not actually.
Okay, address the point. You spend more time saying that I'm not addressing that you don't have a chance to talk. I mean, the whole time.
I would be interested in who she talks.
But you see, it goes back to show before Crimson goes in. It goes to show the lack of respect or little respect some of these people have when they have debates with actual people to have the conversation. These are sick weirdos. Like Larry, these are the ones that you don't want to be associated with because they're crazy. And I ain't gonna tell y'all how to deal with crazy people because y'all should know already. I mean, I ain't gonna, that's all I'm gonna say, but really truly, man, unacceptable. Very unacceptable. And it lets you know the character of the woman that having the conversation with Candace. That I can see why you sell your pussy on the internet. Like literally, I see why you sell your box. And let's be honest. God knows. Let's hope you're not really have these degrees and you're in certain professions, because you can't represent me. Absolutely not. Nope. You're sick. Very sick. I don't want nothing to do with you, sweetie. Oh, nothing to do with you. Oh, sick. And as you guys talk, I'm trying to look at my end a little bit. Don't want nothing to do with you. And that's why most men nowadays they stay clear away from these type of women that operate and have that mindset. Very toxic, very disturbing. Let me check. I'm just checking something right now, guys, before I continue this. Yeah, I'm gonna let the Crimson talk more on this because this woman needs to get her ish pop.
Talking to like that, girl. If you don't get that rose out your throat while you talking to me.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up. God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
I like that. I like that. She said, "Get that rose out." Listen, Crimson, you know these ladies are not gonna stop with the rose, and the rose already, from what I'm hearing, also links to some form of removing the eggs. The same eggs these women go out the way if they got the money to go free, so they can eventually become mothers, most likely single mothers like Ebony Williams. Ain't that ironic, gentlemen? The same toy they're playing removes the very essence that make them mothers, which is their eggs. Ain't that something? Oh my God, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. I don't know, man. I just don't know, guys. You know, let's keep going. Where am I? Okay, there we go.
Get that rose out your throat. Take it off a high, put it on low. Take it off a high and put it on low while you talk to me. Because I want to know who you talking to. I take as much time as I need to say what I want to say. Timekeeper, put another 5 minutes on there. I think I want to rant. She'd got real tired of me. See, Candace don't know how to speak hyena. That's the problem. Candace didn't know where to go. She wanted to do it, but she don't speak hyena. I do. I'm very fluent in it. I'm fluent in hyena. So the next time you want to, you know what I'm saying, put a lot of bass in your voice when you talking to me. Because who you talking to? I want to know who you talking to. Who you done raised the octave at? I can sing opera too. Who? Since we raising up the octaves, who you talking to? Like, who you talking to? Like, you low-key trying to tell me to shush up and shut up. But I ain't about to shush up and shut up. Make me shut up. Make me. I take however long I want to take to get all around the point, just like you did. You moved all around the mulberry bush, so we both gonna go around it. You went around it 20 times. I'm going around it 20 times. You don't want to do it, go sit down. Shouldn't have brought me into it. Shouldn't have brought my personal life into it. Now I'm going to take all the time that I want to take to talk about my position and what I want to do and how I'm getting to this bag. You want to go back to the topic or not?
You could have addressed the point. Okay. You could have talked.
I
go for it.
Just want you to know that you're not coming across as somebody who wants to actually have a conversation. So to get back to the claim, because I don't even know where you're at. You're now talking, you're saying that I said stuff in my podcast.
I'll go wherever you want to go.
I never said.
I'll go wherever.
So do you want to start with me working at home? Because I work at home. You just said something about me working at home.
You travel all around the world.
Okay.
You do speeches, and I love that. I love how ambitious you are. That's a really great trait. And if you were truly study, you would be more fulfilled. Now, one thing you do find is women, they don't want to stay at home when you pull them. They just want flexible working hours and flexible working conditions like you have. And I think we should all advocate for that. It's not one or the other. But when you sit here and you go, you'll be more fulfilled doing this and spend all your time doing that, we would love for you to leave the public eye and go focus on what makes you fulfilled.
Okay.
Hey, before we go any further.
And that was the end of her. We would love for you to leave the public eye and go where you feel fulfilled. That's hyena talk for B, we tired of you talking. You need to go head on somewhere. She'd have got snatched up. She'd have got read up one side. She wouldn't have known what to do with me. Because I'd have read her and her lip fillers, which is a separate entity. All three of y'all sitting here talking to me. Who is three? You and them two individuals sitting on your lips talking to me. All three of y'all. I'm gonna address all three of y'all and the doctor that did it to you, because he need to be on trial. He need to be sitting right here with us, because I got questions and he got answers. Yeah, she was trolling. She didn't like Candace, and so she called herself, you know, she don't like no chick that's not a feminist and that speak against it and all of that type of stuff. Candace don't speak hyena. Candace don't speak hyenaese, but I do. First off, we not you tried it. We not talking about my life. We talking about this prompt. Because baby, I promise you, we don't want to talk about personal choices. I promise you that. What was your name again? Let me Google you real quick. What? No, I don't need to be on no show like that. I don't need to be on no show like that. Because West Side of Chicago will come out. They gonna be like, oh, Crimson Kill talk like that. And the police know it. Y'all, they keep telling y'all get the nice version.
All right, I put the call link for they want to come up. It's optional. And let me look at my end. Okay, it's working on my end. Okay. So only difference is if you're on like the cell phone, it might be difficult to get join. So I posted here. So there you have it. And for those that want to know who the lady is, y'all can look her up on the internet. I'm not gonna give her name, and I think it's pointless at this point. You can tell by this woman on the right, on the thumbnail, and you see Crimson Kill on the left. Yeah, she's trash. That's more than need to say. It's obvious. Allah be praised. In short, if you think about it. And it lets you know, saying who's actual Muslim, who's not. As you can tell, Miss Crimson Kill is an actual Muslim, a Sunni Muslim, but a true Muslim of the faith of Islam. And she represented to the fullest extent. All praise due to her. Unlike this chick right here, she does not follow none of that crap. She's more invested in taking as much money possible, busting wide open on the internet. And let's be fair, honest. You think if she gone back to her home country, where is a Muslim state, do that and still be respected? Hell, might not find herself in the the ditch, or find a scimitar in her, because them ones don't play when it comes to religion. For those that don't know, they don't play at all. They don't play at all. So I'm bringing up the first guest or caller. Miss, oh, you there?
What up? What up? What's going on, Chaos?
What's good? What's good? What's good? Let me just fix this properly. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good. I'm good. It's Sunday. I'm off of my square job. I ain't got ish to do, and I ain't got no sticky icky. I'm mad right now, so I'm bored. I'm just trying to stay cool and just staying sucker free. Good stream, by the way.
All right. Overall, what is your view between the debate between Candace and this lady right here? I'm not gonna really say her name because everybody can find it in it. but she is one of the women that's busting wide open on the OF. How do you think it's handle it?
Well, Candace, I mean, she's a great debater. Let's just give her flowers on that. I mean, I got my personal queefs with her so-called rhetoric and her disposition towards black men, and I mean, I feel her on the conservative too, because I'm somewhat of a libertarian. I have conservative leaning, so I ain't gonna tread too hard on that aspect of her brand. But yeah, she's a great debater. She very well versed and researched on the topics at hand when she have to debate these individuals. So she is not going there just talking outside her neck like any other Keisha that have a microphone in front of her face. I think she handled the conversation very well, other to the point that this individual Muslim chick right here, she tried to catch up, slip up, and I'm actually shocked that it was actually a woman from Islam doing that, because they get stereotyped for being more demure, being more understanding out of all the different religions, and actually supposedly follow the laws of their religion more so than Christians. But yeah, I mean, from what I had watched on your platform, I only came in like the last 45 minutes, so you was already showing what they was talking about. From what I was watching, Candace kind of did cook her, but same time though, she ain't really put the fork in her.
And I don't expect Candace to put a fork in her, because she don't know who she's debating 9/10 time. They just come up, have the conversation, and hopefully to express their points and their logic why they follow this thing they call feminism. But to be more deeper, Miss O, is that this woman here, after that conversation, she went on her own little, social media, did a couple videos, short videos or whatever, to try to debut Candace's talking points. But I'm looking at her and I say, who are you to debate the talking points that you sell your box on the gram, on the OF? Mm-hmm. You don't even got kids, and you're talking about saying, you made it personal, sweetie, with her. And if she really knew who you are, and she would have gone there, and that's why I'm kind of glad Crimson said best. She would know what to do, because you're Muslim, she a Muslim. You can't be with a straight face, behave the way you are, and something won't happen to you. Hell, some of the dudes that in your own tribe don't even allow back talk, disrespect. You see the videos with them that says Muslim. One time, one wife with the cake, and she tried to be funny. And, let's just say the man kind of gave her, a small capital punishment. So and let's know why a woman like her will do this, because she's lived in the Western free world we call America. That's why she can act and behave the way and think the way she is, because there is no consequence here in America for most Western women in general, especially if you're a white Muslim. Oh, you don't have no consequence. The only consequence you're gonna have to worry about is facing your own people in your own homeland, or your parents if you're still involved. Other than that, you're good. You could sit there, be disrespectful. You could talk back, over talk, do all this, and have the audacity to go on your little struggle platform saying why she's wrong, this and that. Third, Russell, you have your mindset is trash. You're closed-minded. The reason why Candace could say and speak what she is, because she is operating on her natural order and fulfilling the duties as a wife. It's a luxury to have the conversation with her. Let's keep it real. Most people that don't have conversations with people that have bigger podcasts. For you to sit there and have the grace to show your ass is very telling. And not only that, it's giving a bad mark of a lot of you ladies that have OnlyFans and you're trying to have logical conversations that you're not logic. Maybe it's better off you stay with the toys you have at home, stuck it in your mouth or wherever, and call it a day. You should not be sitting there having a conversation about values, family values, and what is better for children. First of all, your child, if you have children, if you eventually have children in the future, which you will, your child can go back and find that your mom was doing some weird things for a piece of change. You know that saying goes from Mike Epps.
Doing something a little strange for a piece of change, huh?
Of course. Kim Kardashian is
pussy for the Lord.
Yeah. Matter of fact, Minister, if you can, I'll probably want what do you call it? A soundbite or some in that manner, if you can. You know what I'm saying? I'll email you. We'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
we'll use that. But yeah, but like I said, a lot of these ladies like her, debating Candace was very repulsive. And I get now you don't like her, and then you try to show your ass, but don't get it twisted. Don't get fucked up around here. You get me? Just because it's in a public platform, and we're at the public, and you mess around with the wrong person, Candace will do more than just give you a tongue lashing. You get me? Because it makes it like, ooh, you're beneath me. Who are you to do all that? You get me? What she was doing. You get me? Very comfortable, I might add. And mind you, you're from Chicago. And there's a lot of heavily Muslim areas in Chicago, mostly black and other non-blacks. You can't do that shit in certain cities.
Nope.
Baby. That's why we look at her aesthetic. And yeah, she got her mouth done. I could tell, yeah. Let's say, I know you don't live in these certain regions in the United States doing that stuff. You get me? I know for a fact you're not. Regardless if you live in America. Don't get it twisted. Young people will yank you up, knowing that you up here moving the way you are. Personally. But
Yeah, these modern women. See, we are actually like I don't want to say this, but I'm been really in the back of my mind. We are literally in the last days when you literally gotta say these are the women that I got supposed to marry. These the women. Now I know I think this modern age for social media and all these people, including men and women in this aspect, basically telling on themselves for the world to see for clout, even though the clout don't even bring the funds that they think they will. I'm so glad about this time period. At first, I was kind of like, damn, this is really going on. Are y'all serious? Y'all must be just be playing. But no. Now, after a while, I just came to the conclusion, like, yeah, this society is effed. We are all effed, and we just gonna have to wait for the Most High to come back. That's my only rationale. I've been trying to go ahead and stay sucker free. I'm still been cooking these simps and these feminists and all that good stuff lately. But yeah, I've been looking like this like this chick right here. She's supposed to be a Muslim, right? Well, both of them are Muslim, but she on the right supposed to be like the real authentic Muslim. You know, they be trying to say the NOYs ain't really like authentic Islam, but still.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But some black people that's ADOS or not, they do subscribe and they take the Muslim faith a little serious. Now all of them, let's keep real. But you see someone where you at, some say they're Muslim but they don't act and conduct themselves Muslim. Okay, but there's some that are. The woman on the right you see here, she might have the last name as a Arab name, but or she does not follow the faith, and that's the problem. You get me? Mm-hmm. And that's where the line's drawn. Personally, so.
Yeah, and she from out west. I'm from the south side, so I know she a little bit more wild. I'm talking about Crimson Kill. Shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? I know she probably she taming herself on these shows or whatnot. I know West Side.
Crimson's in New York. She's in New York right now. She's in New York. She's not no longer in Chicago. She's in New York.
Oh, she in New York. Hey, you can take the girl out of Chicago, but you can't take Chicago out the girl.
Of course. She would tell you even when I was playing this. She let you know that there's certain people that I'm playing. She born and raised in Chicago. Say no, you wouldn't have me up there. You wait, how you carry on? Oh, that will not go well. She'll make this chick seem like it's nothing when she open her mouth. When she calls herself fish grease, yeah, she gonna fish more than some grease with you. You're gonna get the whole grease fro on your whole face to melt the Botox and all that stuff. Just how you carry on. Don't be disrespectful. And like I said, Candace, at much time she restrained herself to a degree. It's like you deal with some unrespectful, ungrateful chicks on the panel. That's why they show you no respect. They talk over you. They try and press on some talking points that is not valid. And all you have to do at the end is you try to defend yourself what you're trying to do. But no avail, they don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the one on the right, you know, she's a liberal. The liberal disease of today, it's literally a disease now. I don't think these people actually find for what's so supposedly right for society or civilians or all that. They just want to fight to have they so-called cake and eat it too. They just want to do what they want to do and have somebody else pay for it, just like a woman.
Just like a woman. Yeah, you're right. Just like a goddamn woman. So. Anyhow, I guess someone else has any conversations. Like always, Miss O. Do I get email, Miss O? I don't know if I contact you somewhere. Let me check in the back chat. Let me see what's going on.
I'll go ahead and post my I'll give you my email in the back chat. Let me go type it in.
Okay, that'd be great. That'd be great. Yeah. So overall, you know, like I said, Cripsy did a very good job. Kind of gave this woman a nice little quick roast. The whole premise, as you know, that as you see the Muslims, two Muslim ladies on the left and the right, as you know, when you're not authentic in your faith and you want to have a conversation about the defending some that in your mind, you know, so you will not have in your other home country, but you hear defending it like it's the way of the land, you're stupid, you know. And I think she went up there in jail just to really act as though that she did something to Candace. But we all know when we go back to replay this essay, you made yourself look like an ass.
Yep.
A serious and not a good one, because first of all, you already got a bad name already, and people look up who you really are. And now you come up here debating a real lady that does this for a living, who has not only a degree, but she is living proof that she said herself she don't have it all, but she have it all because she put herself in a great position to have it all. Not all American women are going to get this. As she said, and tell most modern women today on the environment, you're not going to have it all. So you're going to have to be good, deal with a man, work on his level or whatever, and make a life. Most people will refuse to do it because if you can't have it all, you don't want to have nothing. And that's going to be a bad thing in the long run for you.
Yeah, I think the main reason why she probably don't want to be so in tune with her faith, because you know in her faith, her supposed future spouse could have as many wives that he's surely pleased, as long as he could take care of them. A lot of women in Islam faith, they kind of stay fast and don't be out here too much. And unfortunately, not like the one on the right. She's cooked, but the other ones, they know that they say forget the Muslim people, and I think Mormons also, they basically for this rule because of their faith and their religion, they ain't got subscribed to these societal laws about being just with one woman and one spouse and all that. So they know that they can't give away from their so-called lifestyle and respect. They could do all the liberal stuff in America that's so-called offered to them, but they know if they do this, they can't go and have the so-called comforting of their own set religion. You know what I'm saying? Because they know their husband can replace their goofy ass within a heartbeat. Unlike us westernized men who basically we get one and done, or we go ahead divorce and try to get another one out. No.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just typing. Okay. All right. So check now. I just wrote some briefly. It might be not right and clear, but you know, you get it. See if you got it. All right, now let me check if you get it. All right. Check now. If you get it, let me know.
I'll let you know. Hold on 1 second.
And thank y'all for liking the stream, sharing the stream if you guys are, or
I got it.
All right. Let me end this here. Thank you, Minister. We'll talk soon. And I'm not sure if you're doing a stream tonight, but you know, I'll keep an eye out if you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got some in the works for tonight. I don't know how I'm trying to be I've been actually trying to study other content creators, not trying to steal them their material, none of their slope. I gotta say that I've been studying other content creators on ways of how they flow their shows and everything with good topics. Good. I'm trying to go ahead and put together this stream. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it tonight because I got let me show you Chicago episode 4, showing everybody my neighborhood, Inglewood, probably tomorrow. So I want to go ahead and talk about this term called cookie jarring. Are you aware of that term called cookie jarring?
It sounds new, but I want to see if you're going to talk about tonight. I'll look tonight, see what you're about to go in about that.
All right, but it's I'll go ahead and give you a little what's the name in a nutshell. Cookie jarring is just the old term of crumbing, bread crumbing, keeping people what's the name. So they try to go ahead remix the term and call it cookie jarring. But I will be doing that particular show tonight. You just made me want to go ahead and do it. I'll probably be doing it probably around my usual time, 9 o'clock, 9:30. So yeah, be there. You know what I'm saying? And everybody in your chat too, you can come by too if y'all want to.
Okay. All right. Respect, Miss O. I'll be tuning in. Thank you again, my brother. We'll do this again soon. Take care.
Right.
Peace. All right, guys. That's it for me. What's your views? Let me know in the comment section here. Like I said, links to follow me are in the description below. You can follow me on Twitter at ChaosRain7. Facebook, Eric Green on Facebook. Follow my Discord service. Follow my Rumble handler, CRain23. And please become a member of the Chaos Rain Show as well. Thank y'all for watching. And until next time. Oh, and make sure to shout to Replay Game, like always. Till next time. The Chaos Rain!
They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
The chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Must reign.